Hello, my name is Eduardo Chavez, and here's me doing my video assignment for week two's homework. So the first question asks, to what extent do the participants in the discussion seem to be seeking better understanding of the issue, and to what extent do they seem to be trying to defend their own position on the issues? Well, in the beginning of the video, you can see Mika and Joe coming off to a mutual understanding that school shootings is wrong. They see all the brutal violence that has occurred and all the wrongdoings that have happened, and so to them they both come off strong, agreeing in the beginning that school shootings is just altogether wrong. Now, where the argument seems to take a turn comes to how they deal with gun violence. Now, Joe says that we aren't going to just do something to make us feel good, whereas Mika continues to argue that guns need to be banned, guns need to be more micromanaged and controlled, where the two just don't seem to come eye to eye. Meet eye to eye, sorry. In this is where I see that they seem to have a better understanding of the issues. However, they try to defend most of their personal point of views in the end of the argument. So in their positions, they're not really understanding one another on when it comes to how to control guns in America. They mostly are defending their own positions and their own point of views. Now, Nicholas is very much neutral, where he tries to say that you can't stop every tragedy, but you can stop some of them, he thinks, with some of these measures. So with him, he does agree that gun control does need to be more managed, more secure, more rigid when it comes to owning guns. However, he does believe that banning them is not something that's going to entirely happen. Although if you do manage these scenarios and you do manage the ways of getting guns, then you can, in a sense, stop some of the more tragedies that have occurred. So they all continue to go back and forth on just continuously how to control guns, which way is the better option. And Joe keeps referring to the situation as it's very difficult, it's very hard, and there is no right answer for how to control guns altogether. Meek, on the other hand, feels that guns should be banned, they should be more micromanaged, they should be more controlled. And Joe doesn't see eye to eye with that because he feels that it goes against the Second Amendment, and there's just no way that everybody's going to give up their right because of one person's wrongdoing or because of several people's wrongdoing. He does agree there needs to be a solution to the problem. However, he doesn't think that banning guns altogether, or he continues to come back to wondering to what extent do we need to control guns. Now, one thing that Mike said, and it's one thing that was kind of key, is that the guy who was involved in the school shooting was 26 years old and did purchase the guns legally. So he's like, to what extent, is he wrong? And that raises a great point. To what extent is he wrong? But this all comes back to everybody in the end seeking to understand each other's issues, but more so defending their own positions on the issue itself. The second one, does their goal seem to defeat the arguments of these whom they disagree with, or to achieve a greater understanding of the issues? I would definitely say that they strive to achieve a greater understanding of the issues and the arguments. However, because of the way things are worded and because of how people argue, it comes down to trying to defeat the other's opposition in order to prove that they're right and that this is a complex scenario. Now, in the end of it all, gun control definitely does need to be controlled. However, the goal that it seems for everyone is partially to defeat those who disagree with them. But in the end, I feel like everyone all together is trying to find a way to understand each other's point of views of the argument and how to move on from that.